Ladies and gentlemen, this is the YouTube channel vlog show of inspiration and realness. Also, this is the YouTube channel vlog show of positivity, personality, and fun. This is Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977, and now the perpetrator of these shenanigans, Big Beefy E himself from his Big Beefy Man Cave in New Bedford, Massachusetts, Mr. Shenanigans himself, and the two-time Chilling 3000 2022 End of the Year Awards winner, Eric M. Lima. Thank you, Mr. Announcer, sir. Well, hello there, everyone. Welcome to yet another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. This is episode 682. Result time from Money in the Bank. I just finished watching that along with my good friends Brandon Martin and Jody Scow, along with Kevin Dada, if you will. That's right. Before I decided to talk about Money in the Bank once again, gotta welcome two subscribers to the channel. Ellis Walker, Run with Vampires 19, guys. Guys are awesome. Thank you for tuning in to the channel. Now, Run with Vampires 19, a funny name, of course, but I don't run with vampires. I beat them up in this. Where is it? I beat up vampires in Capcom Fighting Collection, the Darkstalkers, and all these games brought to you by this. Check it out. Go get it for the Nintendo Switch. Capcom Fighting Collection. No. I'm having too much fun here. I'm such in a good mood ever since I got my new car. Isn't it wonderful? Getting a brand new car, which is past inspection. I can drive around with it and without a worry in the world. That's going to make sure I weigh it off. That's the most important thing. However, this Money in the Bank was one of the craziest events I have ever done. And, I mean, one of the most insane events. I was shocked. Dude, there were a lot of surprises and shocks. There was a lot more shocks in this event more than in a regular car. Let me tell you that much right now. A lot of surprises have happened. And I'll tell you what, I am just pretty good, hell. And I did my picks and predictions. If you go back to those picks and predictions, let me tell you something. Let's just say I got one match wrong, and the other matches, well, let's just say I did very, very well. Let's go. Let's talk about the Money in the Bank. Decided to kick things off. Butch versus Shinsuke Nakamura versus Santos Escobar versus Damian Priest versus Ricochet versus LA Knight versus Logan Paul. Logan Paul was the last guy at the end of the ring. Bell rang. They all beat the crap out of him. I think that was my favorite part of the night. It was when they all decided. Favorite part of the matchup when they all decided to gang up on Logan Paul. And yeah, welcome to the WWE, kid. Don't say we didn't do anything for you. So, anyways, they were beating the snot, and I'm sure Shinsuke Nakamura should be beating the snot out of Logan Paul more, because I know you filmed something in Japan, very controversial footage in Japan, and that's probably the reason why Shinsuke Nakamura wants to beat the snuffing out of him, and I don't blame Shinsuke, because I like Shinsuke Nakamura. I picked him to win the Money in the Bank, but I was dang wrong. Because guess who won the Money in the Bank? Damian Priest. That's right. Damian Priest is Senor Money in the Bank. So, this will be an interesting situation to say the least. I gotta tell you, it's gonna be totally insane to boot. Because now, it puts him in an interesting position, because you still got, later on that night, the World Heavyweight title on the line, Finn Balor challenging Seth freaking Rollins for the World Heavyweight Championship. More on that match. So, and now, first title match of the night was next. The the Undisputed Women's Tag Team Championship. The team of Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler to defend against the former champs who have never lost the title. They had to relinquish it due to Liv Morgan's injury. Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan. Shayna and Baszler and Rousey had the match dominated. And during the match, this was a shock. I think Ronda Rousey was standing off against either Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan. She knocked down Liv Morgan, Morgan was out, and then Ronda Rousey was standing up. And all of a sudden, now this I did not, none of us, me, Brandon, and Jordan, and Kevin did not expect, Kevin Daddy, we were watching this, live reacting, we did not expect this to happen. We didn't even know this was going to happen. Shayna Baszler attacked Ronda Rousey from behind, put her asleep in that Kirifuda clutch, knocked her out, and then Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez decided to take advantage of it, and all of a sudden, we have new women's tag team champions, and this is my first prediction. I got right on the card, which I was kind of shocked. I knew they were going to win. I had a feeling they were going to win because I knew Baszler and Rousey wouldn't keep the titles for long. But now Rodriguez and Morgan are the tag team champions, thanks to Shayna Baszler attacking Ronda Rousey. You know, and Jordan did. My friend Jordan brought up an excellent point. Ever since Shayna Baszler came on the main roster, she's been nothing but a women's tag team champion. When she was the NXT Women's Champion, she dominated. She dominated the NXT Women's Tag Team Championship scene. She was defeated by Kairi Sane to get the title, and she got the title from Kairi Sane as well. But, and ever since she came up to the main roster, she was tag team champions with Nia Jax and Ronda Rousey. But it seems to me that she has never went after the Raw or SmackDown Women's Championship during her tenure there. But I think, Jordan may be hitting the nail on the head. She's sick and tired of being a tag team champion. She wants to be a solo champion. But you know what? Knowing Endeavor, who owned the UFC as well, the WWE, they're going to make this thing a big deal. You want to make a big payday at SummerSlam? Ronda Rousey versus Shayna Baszler. That could be another reason why. And this is going to be... Oh, man. I think these ladies... They're going to... Oh, boy. That's what... I was shocked when Shayna Baszler blindsided Ronda Rousey. I was shocked. We didn't expect that. We didn't... You don't believe us? Watch Brandon Martin's live reaction, Money in the Bank. Holy mackerel. Let me tell you. So this is going to be big. If you want a huge SummerSlam, those two ladies are going to go at it. It'll probably be a dream matchup in the UFC world. But I'm telling you something right now. Anyways, Caleb Braxton interviewed Senor Money in the Bank, Damian Priest. He says, well, he's going to cash in. He said he'll cash because you can take out any title. You can cash in for the Intercontinental United States title, World Heavyweight, or the Undisputed Universal Championship. More on Damian Priest as I go along here. The Intercontinental Championship on the line, Gunther versus Matt Riddle. Now, Gunther is approaching 400 days as Intercontinental Champion. Should he reach 400 days, he'll be 53 days away from tying the Honky Tonk Man's record, 54 days away from breaking it. And we're talking mid-September, that could happen. But will Matt Riddle stop him? This was a heck of a matchup until Gunther decided beating up on Matt Riddle's injured ankle, and then got him in a submission hold. Matt Riddle taps out. Gunther retains the Intercontinental title. But wait, there's more. Some bagpipes were playing. Drew McIntyre has returned. Now there was uncertainty whether he's going to come back for the WWE or not. Drew McIntyre returned, and then he confronts Gunther. Gunther shoves McIntyre. McIntyre headbutts him with the Glass Cow Kiss headbutt, and then Gunther was trying to recover. Claymore kick to the face, and Drew McIntyre grabbed the Intercontinental title. It seems like him and Gunther one-on-one could be a heck of a matchup. And then a battle of second-generation superstars as Cody Rhodes versus Dominic Mysterio. Despite the fact that Rhea Ripley, who kind of looks like Sensational Sherry with her new hairstyle, getting involved in the matchup, Cody Rhodes ends up being the victor. I thought with Brandy Rhodes that, there was a rumor that she might be appearing, but it wasn't meant to be. But that's okay, because Cody Rhodes did win the matchup, conquering Dominic Mysterio. But there was another surprise. John Cena made his appearance, which Tyler Calvert decided to respond. I see emptiness in the ring. Get the joke. And so he's talking about how the London crowd was so underappreciated, and how they should, the fans should in London should be listened to more. And he says, and he was about to continue to talk until Grayson Waller, the arrogant Aussie, coming out. I'm going, oh boy, here he comes. But this is a huge opportunity for Grayson Waller. You interact with somebody of legendary status like John Cena, you might be going places. And I gotta tell you, I gotta tell you. And then John, because John Cena mentioned how about WrestleMania in London, and Grayson Waller goes, no, WrestleMania in Australia. It would be nice to have WrestleMania in Australia. Well, WrestleMania in London, come on. These London fans need a big event. So, anyways, so it's fine. We got WrestleMania ideas. WrestleMania in Tokyo. WrestleMania, some out far country like Russia. I'm like, oh, come on. You don't want, Anyways, it was a crazy moment. But then John Cena got his back turned. Grayson Waller decided to attack him. I'm like, yeah, not a smart move. But then he responded, hitting Waller with the attitude adjustment. And I gotta tell you, this was a match. Let me tell you. I mean, this wasn't a match. It was just an interaction. I am certain that Grayson Waller will talk about this on SmackDown, but he's got Edge as a special guest. And Edge probably knows Cena better than anybody else. So if I were Grayson Waller, I'd shut up and listen to Edge, man. Let me tell you. What a deal. So that was shocking. Then there was the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. Bayley versus Io Sky versus Lena Vega versus Zoe Stark versus Trish Stratus and versus Becky Lynch. And I gotta tell you, I thought I was gonna go, because so far I picked I picked Shinsuke Nakamura to win the men's Money in the Bank. Got that one wrong. Damian Priest won it. I picked Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez to win the tag team titles. That happened. Got that one right. That's 1-1. I picked Gunther to retain the Intercontinental title over Matt Riddle. 2-1. Cody Rhodes and Dominic Mysterio. I picked Cody over Dominic. 3-1. I thought I was going to go 3-2 here because there's so many possibilities. During the match, though, Zoe Stark grabbed a pair of handcuffs, trying to handcuff Becky Lynch. In fact, Becky Lynch and Zoe Stark were beating the crap out of each other. Zelina Vega has been powerbombing people off ladders. And it got to the point where the most epic moment in the end, Becky Lynch and Bayley, they were going at it. They managed to... here's the thing. Zoe Stark and Trish Stratus managed to cuff Becky Lynch with one. But then, as the two women were fighting now, Io Sky made an attempt to climb up again. It fell off and all that. Because Bayley knocked her out. But then, as both women were fighting, Io Sky took an opportunity and she looked at the handcuffs. She grabbed the handcuffs and handcuffed both Bayley and Becky Lynch together. I'm like, smart girl. I like the smarts, I know the Japanese men known to be super smart. Io knows what's up, man. Io knows what's up. And I picked Io Sky to win the thing, right? She climbs up over Bayley, grabs the briefcase, and wins. I knew it. I was so happy for Io. Really excited. Io Sky wins. I'm 4-1. 4-1 my picks. It was crazy. Whew. And then Seth Rollins defends the title against Finn Balor, but Damian Priest shows up during the match with the Money in the Bank briefcase. I'm like, if he cashes in, it's going to be a triple threat. But then, Balor had everything well in hand until he looked at Damian Priest getting up with the Money in the Bank, and Balor's like, what are you doing? And then he missed Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins hits the stomp. 1, 2, 3. Rollins retains the title. Balor and Priest were arguing at ringside after the matchup. I'm like, dude, there's one more matchup that involves a champion in it. And Caleb Braxton interviewed Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn as they're enjoying their time in England. And he said, and then Sami Zayn said, this matchup is personal for me. The Bloodline Civil War, it means a lot to me to see who comes out on top. And so everybody's doing chanting Sami Zayn, doing his theme song. The Bloodline Civil War, the Usos versus Solo Sikoa and the undisputed WWE Universal Champion Roman Reigns. This match is insane. It got to the point where, holy Christmas. it got to the point where, holy Christmas, the fans were getting raucous. They were going crazy. Then Roman Reigns, I'll tell you, Roman Reigns. It was kick out. They did everything. Samoan spikes, spears. They did everything. Usos kicked out. And Jimmy Uso, when I think Jimmy or Jay Uso, low blowed Roman Reigns when I tried to do a kick out. And then gives him a super kick out the top ropes. 1, 2, 3. The Usos won. 5 and I'm 6. I am 6-1. 6-1 because I picked Seth Rollins to retain over Finn Balor. I am 6-1 in this. This event was even crazier by the moment. It was insane. I'm happy Io Sky is the Miss Money in the Bank. It'll be very interesting what she does here. She can cash in on Rhea Ripley, which she had a little bit of history with. And remember, she knocked off Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair for the NXT Women's Championship 3 years ago. Or she can cash in on a fellow countrywoman, Asuka, and become the undisputed WWE Women's Champion. Well, that is it. That's all the time we have on episode 682 of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. Tune in for another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of the show. I'm Eric Lima. We're talking about AEW Collision tonight, and I'm going to upload these videos. I think I'll be up all night getting these videos together and uploading them. All right, so until the next episode comes rolling around, Mr. Announcer, take us home. That is all for today's episode of the show. This is Mr. Lima speaking for Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. A Big Beefy E, doer for Bob Saget production, and in association with A Sweet Bofa Raving Dingleberries Telepictures and Distribution. Thank you for watching another great episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. Until the next episode, goodbye for now.